Hi guys, Jay Smith here, welcome to the AskGolfNut channel. Now, Mizuno have been making some waves over the last few days on the back of MYGOLFSPY's 2023 ball test. And different to the 2019 version of the RB Tour and RB Tour X, at least this time MYGOLFSPY are singing praise to Mizuno. And if I can get away with an excerpt of their video that they did, I will do. If not, I won't, through copyright rules and stuff like that.
Mizuno, for example, this year's version RB Tour X and RB Tour, vast, you shouldn't even almost associate them with the previous generation. Like they almost should have called them something, entirely different, thick muscle design or something.
Should have let Facebook translate this. If we go back to the prior generation RB Tour, and we'll touch on this with the idea of there's no such thing as a bad golf ball. But they were really niche. Like they were low-flying, high-spinning golf balls. And I mean, when you're talking percentage of the market, it's not a ball that's going to fit a lot of people.
Right.
And what we saw is flight come up appreciably, spin come down, and certainly with the RB Tour X in particular, that was interesting to me because I'd played it a little bit. It was sort of, I was kind of using it as my my provisional for a while. And I was like, wow, I really like the flight of this ball. It's high, it spins, but not too much.
Only so Tony has a regular ball and a provisional ball.
It's a great opportunity to test out new products. Like
provisional for a lost ball. Well, that one was the Titleist. This one's Mizuno. All right.
Yeah, we're going to try something new. Last one didn't work. I mean, why not switch it up?
Hey, it's a good time.
Effectively, what they've basically said is that different to the 2019 golf ball, the 2023, released about 6 months or so ago, is a completely different spin profile, launch conditions, launch characteristics to the old ball. Now, it's not saying that the old ball was bad. Now, MYGOLFSPY have said this, and it's true, because there is no such thing as a bad golf ball. On their test, the difference between the longest and the shortest is not that much whatsoever, considering they're using robot testing, and then more about the robot testing in a sec, but they're using robot testing and they have a launch characteristics where they're trying to emulate and then measuring everything on that basis, on that metric. Now, the old golf ball was very, very spinny. Now, that's not to say that was a bad ball. It was just a case of within the plethora of golfers, of the range of golfers' requirements when it comes to the launch conditions and what balls need to do, there is a golf ball for every single golfer. Now, for the golfers that need spin, the old golf ball was brilliant. The fact that it was a high spin ball was actually great for senior golfers. Senior golfers that struggled with getting spin on the golf ball because they just didn't swing fast enough, actually, with the old Mizuno ball, for seniors, that golf ball was brilliant. But when you look at the demographic, when you look at the huge chunk of golfers that are going to be using certain golf balls, that's why Titleist reigns. That's why the Pro V1 and Pro V1X continue to do really well every single time they have a ball test. Why? Because they have, over the passage of time, they have profiled their golf ball, the Pro V1 and Pro V1X, and also the left dash a little bit for the higher swing speed, lower spin rate kind of idea. But they have targeted their profile of their golf ball for the majority of golfers. Now, again, I'm not saying that other manufacturers haven't done the same or tried to do the same, and they will do to a certain extent, but there are certain niche balls out there. I mean, I think the Kirkland is still a very, very spinny golf ball. So for the seniors out there who need a bit more spin on the golf ball, I think, the Kirkland is very, if you can't get the old ball, that's the old RB Tour and Tour X golf ball, you can't really get them anymore. You might be able to on eBay and stuff like that, but I can remember when, in the old Nike RZN days, when Nike decided they were going to stop creating golf equipment and stuff like that, there was a mad rush for the old golf ball. Prices went up crazy on eBay because people were buying up the old Nike ball. But the big difference with the new one over the old one was that even when I done my test of this about 6 months or so ago, and just analytically plotted using quad, just seeing how the new golf ball compares to Pro V1 and Pro V1X. How well it works, how does it spin, how does it launch, how does it, the speed, ball speed for like compare. And what Mizuno have basically done, they have duplicated the golf ball that have got in the RB Tour and RB Tour X directly up against the Pro V1 and Pro V1X. Now, again, it's a marketing thing. Why would you try and beat something when you can't? Because obviously everything is governed. When that one Titleist, that one company has basically cornered the market when it comes to balls. And so effectively what they've done is they've now copied them. Now, that opens up the Mizuno golf ball to a huge realm of golfers. Now, if you look at the price per dozen of those RB Tour and RB Tour X, they are now cheaper, obviously, than the Pro V1 and Pro V1X, and because Titleist command that price because they are the best ball in golf. Well, they're the best marketed ball in golf, definitely. And as MYGOLFSPY see in their results, also one of the best performing. Now, you do get in different sectors and different mid speeds, low speeds, high speeds, 8 irons, drivers, wedge shots and stuff like that. You will get different winners from different categories, but overall the Titleist still reigns as, they're saying, the number one within reason. But if you look at the Mizuno golf ball now, where it was a long way down the list in MYGOLFSPY's metrics and parameters of how they're hitting a golf ball, they were far down the list. Now they are well up the list, and even so surprised MYGOLFSPY, or they're actually physically amazed by just the polar difference that Mizuno have had in their new golf ball. So when it comes to the robot testing that MYGOLFSPY have done, obviously MYGOLFSPY they have set the parameters for that robot to hit a golf ball at a certain angle attack, at a certain path, a certain face angle, certain speed, certain lofts, certain everything, to try and hit it within a certain launch characteristic window. Now, that launch characteristic window is not going to emulate every single golfer on the planet. It is going to be what they perceive to be the largest group of golfers out there to gain an idea of how well golf balls work for the majority. Now, of course, every golfer is different, and so every golfer needs different characteristics from their ball. Now, I do think sometimes we do see golf ball tests and golf ball decisions based on the wrong thing. Initially, it's all done by drive, it's all done by distance, and it's all done by things like that, and it shouldn't be. My own belief is that you should check and select your golf ball on the basis of what you do on the green backwards, not from the tee forwards. So you will, if you were to change your golf ball to a certain extent, depending on your delivery, you may gain a few yards going from one ball to the other, but there's no point in gaining that if you then lose it in multiple other areas of your game, which are arguably more important. But Mizuno have done very, very well. Now, obviously, I've done my test, and I had my findings. Other people have done their tests as well and found also very similar findings of just how good the Mizuno golf ball is. But it's always good for a brand like Mizuno, who have always been known as an iron manufacturer and trying their hardest, as everyone is, to try and get into the woods and everything else like that, to be seen of their product being just as good as their irons, that their ball is now being recognised by people like MYGOLFSPY as being one of the highly recommended balls on their new 2023 list. Have you played the new Mizuno golf ball? Will you play the new Mizuno golf ball? It's cheaper than obviously the Pro V1, but then I think most things are cheaper compared to the Pro V1. And yeah, I suppose you have to pay for the tour players somehow, I guess. But yes, hope you liked the video, guys. If you did, thumbs up. Go on YouTube, like this, so do I. Down there is a subscribe button. It's free and it's great for the channel if you could. Next to that is the bell icon. That's a notification bell, and if you click that one, that will notify you next time I upload another video. So I hope you're well, and we'll see you again soon.